Hello, welcome back to Entertainment Rebooted. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from us here. We are on the couch, which means we are about to watch yet another movie. The movie that we are seeing tonight is the cinematic masterpiece known as Santa Claus Conquering the Martians. I'm joined on the couch, of course, by my esteemed co-host DJ, and none other than... Who the f*** is that guy? But seriously though, welcome back to the channel. We are Entertainment Rebooted. We are doing yet another curb stomp where we take a bad film, we make fun of it for your entertainment pleasure, we talk about it a little bit, do a little review, and then we rewrite it to try to see if we can somehow manage to scrounge together a better film from a bad film. In all seriousness, I am joined by DJ, but also newcomer, Pat. Say hi, Pat.
Hello.
All right. So, as we said, we're watching Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. I don't know too much about it. Filmed 1964 on a budget of $200,000. It is regularly put at one of the 100 worst films of all time. It went into obscurity. It came back into prominence in the 90s with Mystery Science Theater 3000. When they did a Christmas special about that, and it was a staple on Comedy Central for quite a few years. I personally have not seen the film. I hope that it isn't as weird as I think it's going to be, but I'm sure I'm about to be gravely disappointed as per usual. DJ, have you seen this film?
I have not. I hadn't even heard of it before. This is like a first. I've been a fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000, but I missed them doing it, so this will actually be kind of interesting to see. These kind of campy films are always like hilarious and silly and obnoxious, but whether or not they're entertaining, we'll see.
All right. How about you, Pat? Have you seen Santa Claus Conquering the Martians?
I have not seen The Mighty Conqueror, but I have heard of it. And I'm hoping it's weirder than we expect.
Well, we are about to find out as we get going here. This is Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. This is pretty modern for 1960.
What in the heck is this?
It's Coolio W.
Oh my gosh, this is already amazing. The opener. Wow.
Nothing says grade A film like a children's choir playing a pop song.
Yeah.
Oh, alright guys, let's do this.
Hopefully this film's hotter than those hats. I doubt it. Considering those are like the surface of the sun.
Oh yeah. How does an alcohol spot your head?
Oh yeah, it's true. If you wear that outside, you're dead in 10 minutes. Alright, Paul L. Jacobson.
David O. Quaid, third cousin, twice removed, and from Dennis Quaid.
Wardrobe mistress. She didn't actually do the wardrobe, she was just in the back for all the...
She was the mistress of the wardrobe head person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. She's like the Phantom of the Opera, but for the wardrobe room.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is why the children's choir doesn't show up for the rest of the movie.
Oh gosh.
I don't know, would you expose child actors to this film?
Yes.
And we know the monster in the room now.
Finally, somebody more depraved than us. Oh, Kid TV.
Special event of the year, a first in television history. At this very moment, KID-TV has standing by a television crew at Santa Claus Workshop. And in just a few seconds, our special correspondent, Andy Henderson, will bring you a person-to-person interview with Santa Claus himself direct from the North Pole, where at the moment, the temperature is 91 degrees below zero.
Good God.
And now KID-TV takes you via Telstar. Andy
Perfect.
Henderson at the North
Ah, yes, children with jaundice.
Hi, Kit.
Yep.
This is Andy Henderson at the North Pole. Ooh, it's cold up here. From this spot, there's only one direction you can go, and that's south.
I think that he was talking about the film, not
Yeah.
the North Pole.
That was a wall break.
Nothing but frozen food. At least that's the way it is by the time we get it. And now, let's take a look-see into Santa's workshop.
Did you say the sadist workshop?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're not elves, they're children!
It was like
Oh, yeah.
the Santa Claus, where they let children actors play the elves.
Just weeks
Yeah.
before Christmas, and Santa and his helpers are working overtime to make sure that there's enough toys for the kids all over the world. Santa's a pretty busy man, but I'm sure he'd like to say a few words to you kids. Hello, Santa.
Oh, hello, son. Oh, hello, boys and girls. Hey, it's Andy. You caught me at a very busy time.
Well, you think you'll be ready by Christmas Eve?
Well, we've never disappointed the kids yet.
Except for during the bubonic plague.
Here, there's a rumor that you're going to use a rocket.
There weren't enough kids to give presents to.
We're going out the good old-fashioned way with my reindeer, Prancer and Dancer and Thunder and Blitzen.
Thunder?
Yeah, Thunder. The lesser known reindeer. He's the B team.
I always son and I get those names mixed up, but the kids know their
Vixen
names.
and Nixon.
Vixen and Richard Nixon. I am not a reindeer.
Mr. Anderson, this is Mrs. Claus.
Fun fact, the first appearance of Mrs. Claus ever.
He just said that.
No, ever.
No, but he just said it in the film.
Really?
This is her first appearance on television.
Why didn't you tell me? My hair's a mess.
And that's why she hasn't appeared on camera yet.
Yep.
Come along, Mr. Anderson, and I'll show you some of the new toys we're turning out.
I'm particularly proud of this piece. It's called an M60.
How's it going, Winky?
Everything is A-OK, Santa.
Good man. Winky is in charge of our space department. Now here is the latest toy rocket. It runs on real rocket fuel.
Really?
It's the 60s. It runs on real rocket fuel.
Winky made that. That's his idea of a Martian.
A Martian? Wally, wow, I'd hate to meet a creature like that on a dark night. I wonder if there really
Why are you meeting a small green child on a dark night?
Well,
Yeah.
I hope they have someone like you up there.
I sure hope I don't run into them.
All the Martian children.
There's the main plot line right there.
What was it?
Keep going, Winky.
Wonder if there's someone out there like you to give presents out to all the Martian children.
Ah.
Bravo, you lazy, good-for-nothing, where are you?
Speaking to his wife, I'm assuming.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah.
Bravo,
It is the 60s.
Bravo, wake up, wake up. Stand up.
Why do they have a tickle ray in the middle of the room?
Oh,
Stand up.
he's doing an anti-lobotomy there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Chief Mercer. Bravo, you are the laziest man on Mars. Why are you sleeping during working hours?
I wasn't sleeping, Chief. It's just that I haven't been able to sleep these last few nights. I forgot how. So I was just practicing.
Wow.
I'm using that the next time I fall asleep at
Doing
work.
your work. Where's Lady Moma?
Oh, she went to the food pill center to get some new food pills. The children haven't been eating well. No appetite at all.
It's no wonder. They sit in front of the video set all day watching those ridiculous Earth programs. It confuses them. Where are they?
Oh, and they're watching Earth programs.
The menacing pointers is a new feature.
Yeah.
He's a new doll. This little doll walks, talks, cries, and she even sings.
Almost like a real live little girl.
That she is, sir. That she is.
Seems a little too excited about that.
Tender, loving care.
Tender loving care.
What's a doll?
Somebody
I don't know, Grandma.
call child services.
What is tender
We
loving
found him.
care? I don't know either.
Boma, Kima. I told you not to watch those silly Earth programs. Now go to sleep.
Must we go to sleep now, Father? I want to see Santa Claus some more. I want to see more toys.
No, go to sleep.
Now hail the Emperor.
Yes.
For their kids to spin animation for sleep.
Yep.
Hello, Droppo. I see you're keeping busy.
Oh, I've been working very hard, Lady Mozart. I've been vacuuming the room.
Good. Is the master here?
Oh, he's in there. And Kimar's very angry, too.
Kima, I bought some new food pills. I hope the children will eat these. We have hamburger, buttered asparagus, mashed potatoes, and a special treat for them. Chocolate layer cake pills.
Omar, I'm worried about our children.
So am I. They hardly eat nothing in 3 days.
It goes deeper than that. They're behaving strangely. They appear to be troubled. They don't care to sleep. I had to use a sleep spray on them again. I mentioned this to my council chiefs today, and I learned it's the same with children all around the planet, in every district. Something is happening to the children of Mars.
Kima, as leader of the Martians, you must do something about it.
I'm looking into an Earth technology.
What?
It's called a lobotomy.
And see Chochin, the
Seems to be
Asian
quite
boy.
effective.
He'll know what to do. He's never failed you.
You speak wisely. I will go. Attention, council chiefs. Please report.
Lois reporting. Grignard reporting. Argo here.
Boldar? Boldar, please report.
Boldar reporting.
Gentlemen of the council, we will meet immediately at Chochin's chair in Thunder Forest.
What's wrong now, Eva?
I don't know, Boldar, but I need to find out.
Need to screw the light bulb back in.
They made the Martians incredibly, relatable in this film.
It's almost as if they're humans in green paint.
Yeah.
So hot.
Where's Kima?
We rule a planet, but we meet in the middle of the woods.
Yes.
It's like a secret. They don't actually really run the planet. They just think they do.
They're probably going to seek the advice
It's just the
of-
Illuminati.
Kima, think we are.
Alright, guys, there's an election coming up. How do we mess with it? And blame the Russians. The Earth Martians? Yes.
You can't dismiss the wisdom of centuries. I can.
Gentlemen, thank you for coming. Chochem, are you here? Ancient one of Mars, I call upon you. Chochem, it is I, Kima, and the council chiefs. We need you, Chochem.
Good God, it's Gandalf.
I'm Gandalf the Green.
It's what happens after the wait.
That's where he went after he left Middle Earth. Mars is the Undying
We
Lands.
need your advice,
Yes.
children. Something is wrong with our children. They eat not, they sleep not. Their only interest is watching meaningless Earth programs on the video.
What time of year is it now?
It is the middle of September.
No, not here. I mean on Earth. Ah, yes. It is early December on Earth. Close to the time of the Christmas.
Why does he sound like on the verge of tears?
That explains
He's just so excited.
What is a Christmas?
I accidentally summoned myself sitting on my right testicle, but I'm too proud to stand.
These Martian adults are idiots. Like they're like they're obsessed with these programs. We let them watch without supervision at all. We don't understand what's happening. Go see what they're watching and find out for yourself.
You're telling me that these adults that are letting television raise their children may be out of touch with their children's needs?
I feel like this is some metaphor.
They have children's bodies, but with adult minds. They do not have a childhood. I see this coming for centuries.
And didn't say anything.
They are born. Our electronic teaching machines are attached to their brains while they are in their cradles. Information is fed into their minds in a constant stream. And by the time they can walk, they are adults.
If you look carefully, you'll see that walking stick is actually the exposition stick.
Never played. They've never learned to have fun. And now they are rebelling.
What do you advise?
The children must be allowed to be children again. They must learn to play. They must learn what it means to have fun. We need a Santa Claus on Mars.
Who the frick is this guy?
I think he's about to die.
So they went and asked Grandpa at Thanksgiving, "What's Thanksgiving really about, Grandpa?"
It's about fighting clinical depression.
Santa Claus on Mars? Where will we get a Santa Claus? There's only one Santa
Do we even
Claus.
know what Santa Claus is?
Well, I guess that takes care of that. Didn't I tell you it was a foolish idea to seek advice from that old man?
This is a serious matter, Voldar, and desperate problems require desperate deeds. Earth has had Santa Claus long enough. We will bring him to Mars.
I'm against it. Our children are fine the way they are. I don't want any Santa Claus bringing them toys and games. They'll start playing and laughing and running underfoot. They'll become a nuisance.
I've made my decision. We leave for Earth tonight. Rigner, Lomos, prepare spaceship number 1.
Prepare spaceship number 1. Creative.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Air Force One.
It's true.
Spaceship One.
Oh, the film quality is spectacular.
Oh yeah.
Captain's log.
There's actually some really cool practical effects in this for being made for so cheaply.
Yeah. I mean, cheaply considering now, but back then.
It's fair, but
200,000 would have been like 2 million.
It's still, yeah, it's still pretty cheap.
Approaching projected Earth orbit. Fire, port side rockets, number 1 and number 2.
Port side rockets, number 1 and number 2. Fire.
Oh no, we've accidentally flown over Cambodia.
Santa Claus.
Oh my gosh.
Let's hope this doesn't happen in the future.
Well, we're a city of some kind.
So that's what the Earth people call a city, eh? How primitive.
Bro, you literally just were walking in the woods.
Why, we could destroy that city with one blast of our Q-ray.
We've not come here to destroy anyone. Our only purpose is to bring
They got
Santa
all the way
Claus
to the
back to
Q-ray,
Mars.
though.
Turn to that bar. Let's see if we can locate Santa Claus. He wears a red suit, trimmed with white fur, and he has a long white beard.
But there are millions of people down there. It's like looking for a speck of space dust in a comet's tail.
And at least 4,000 of them are alcoholic smokers dressed exactly like him.
I see him too.
He's standing on the corner ringing a bell.
No, he's not. He's standing near the entrance of a large building next to a large black kettle.
He's standing on the corner, Kimani. Wait a minute. I see another one.
Well, there are hundreds of Santa Clauses down there.
I'm going to bring them all back with us to Mars?
Just one. And with so many, they won't miss one. Prepare for landing on next orbit.
We interrupt our program with a special bulletin. An unidentified object has been spotted in orbit around the Earth. The Soviet Union denies it has launched any new space satellite. Our radar stations are tracking the spaceship, or whatever it is. The U.S. Air Force has alerted all defense commands and retaliatory units. Stay tuned for further bulletin.
Wow, that does not look like it's made out of cardboard at all.
No. Cardboard and duct tape.
That actually just
It's B-roll.
they actually literally just took stock footage from military bases.
This is actually like recruiting. This has to be like from recruiting videos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, let's launch the nukes at them.
Sir, those radar beams are bouncing off our ship. Well, it certainly took them long enough.
Hold on. Turn on the radar shield.
This functioning a radar shield.
Bring that. Check the radar box.
I like how they also clearly just speak English.
Yeah.
A slight case of Droppo.
Hi, Chief.
What are you doing here, Droppo?
Well, Chief, I went to the launching pad so I could say goodbye to you, and I remembered. I've never been there, so I thought I wanted to
I may leave you there in place of Santa Claus. Now get below. I'll deal with you later. Droppo, get below quickly.
Yes, Chief.
Prepare to land. We'll set down in that field near the lake.
We should have killed him when he was born,
Rocket silencers set.
like Mother wanted.
Rotor rockets number 1 and 2, fire.
All this trouble over a fat little man in a red suit.
Here's another UFO bulletin. The Defense Department has just announced that the unidentified flying object has suddenly disappeared from our radar screen. They believe the object has either disintegrated in space, or it may be a spaceship from some other planet which has the ability to nullify our radar beam. Because of the ominous situation,
Those are the only two options.
the President has ordered Strategic Air Command into action.
We shot it down, or it has advanced technology we don't understand. I mean, they're right, but
See, this says something. They're getting into a B-52. We still have B-52s.
technically we still do.
Yeah, we do. We still have B-52s.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And then some of my personal favorite aircraft. B-58s. They don't-
Hornets? Oh, those are fast. In case you were
They don't make aircraft like they used to, I'll tell you what. I mean, look how classy and angular they are. Ooh la la.
Yeah, now they want aerodynamics and safety.
I want my aircraft flashy, uneconomical, and chrome.
Give me the airplane where I stuck out the front of it and I had freaking air flying in my face and flying at 40,000.
Aircraft technology has really just gone downhill since they got rid of the open canopy bi-wing. Speed? Who needs speed?
When you have style.
Exactly.
Rockets number 5 and 6.
Retro rockets 5 and 6.
F-22, please, give me the Red Baron any day.
Lower
Also, if it's a flying object that they're trying to defend, why did they scramble all of their bombers?
In case it lands.
But you gotta shoot it down. The B-52 will shoot down this alien aircraft.
When we've landed, Regnar,
Just
Bolgar,
barrel
and I will
rolls.
leave the ship to investigate. Margot, Lomas, and Draco will stay on board on constant alert
Goes
for
like
immediate
this.
blast off.
Right around it, and then just drop bombs as it does it.
We got a Mickey Mouse.
The Defense Department believes that the object spotted on our radar screen might have been nothing more than a meteor which burned up when it entered our atmosphere. Professor Werner von Green, our leading space expert, is still convinced it was a Martian spaceship. Stay tuned for further bullets.
The crazies think it was a Martian spaceship. The government's like, how do they know? Stop! Shut them down!
Nobody's ever seen one.
The White House calls Mars. What are you guys doing here?
Yo, bro, we had troops. You shoot down Sputnik. That was the most unenthusiastic scream ever.
Yeah.
Who are you?
We're from Mars. Don't be afraid. We have children just like you on Mars.
And we're going to take you to them, or shoot you with our ray guns.
Are you a television set?
Stupid question. Is this what you want to do to our children on Mars? Turn them into nincompoops like these?
Hold your tongue, Bodar. What's your name, little boy?
Billy Foster, sir. And this is my sister Betty.
Perhaps you can help us, Billy. We're looking for one of your Santa Clauses.
There's only one Santa Claus.
We've seen many of them in your cities.
Oh, those are his helpers. There's only one real Santa Claus, and he's in his workshop up at the North Pole.
That's what we came here to find out. Let's go. Come on, you two.
Let me go!
Ah, kidnapping.
Yeah.
What? Leave the man to inform the authorities?
He's right, Kemal. We better take him along with us to the North Pole. Very well. Come along.
So they can alert the authorities. What are they going to do? Oh no. Small town Ohio. Want to come up to the North Pole? You're under arrest, Martians. Definitely don't fly away.
Has simply vanished into thin air. This appears to be a day when everything is vanishing into thin air. While local police are continuing their search for the missing children, the armed forces are continuing their search for the mysterious object from space.
Okay, why are you
It was
looking
big enough
for
to make
the
national news,
B-52?
those two kids disappearing.
They're very important to that small town.
Except for the mayor's kids they took. Whoops.
Okay, seriously though, why are they using a B-52 for any of this?
In case they have to bomb something. You don't know.
Well, we were looking for them in the North Pole. We just accidentally flew over Moscow.
Boy, why don't the kids at home find I was in a real Martian spaceship?
I mean, I told kids that all the time. None of them believed me. Who'd have thought?
Yeah.
That's the anti-gravity generator. And these are the retro rockets.
Does this light up?
Only when radar waves are bouncing off our ship. Then we put up this radar screen, and nobody can find us in space.
Boy, that's pretty sharp.
Yep.
What's this, Dumbo?
Oh, that's the elevator signal. That light starts flashing when somebody's coming up from the navigation deck.
Why are we zooming in on it ominously? Why are they in trouble?
Why is it hollow?
They brought them in here to let them tour around. He was supposed to keep an eye on them. He was letting them tour the show.
Thinking of taking another nap in a radar box, Draco?
No, sir. As a matter of fact, I was just looking in there to remind myself never to hide in there again.
I bet.
Approaching North Pole. see Santa Claus workshop.
I also see Santa Claus dead in the snow.
Oh!
So that's inconsequential.
Trouble? You stay aboard and guard those children. They must not leave the ship now.
Now or ever.
What do you mean, Bulldog?
If we take them with us to Mars, Santa's disappearance will remain a mystery. No one on Earth will ever know that Santa Claus was kidnapped by Martians.
That's right. Trouble. Get back to those children and don't let them out of your sight.
It's literally like, he's just like a happy dad. He's like the grumpiest person on Mars, and he's just listening to everything he says.
Well, he can't have a thought for himself.
We've landed.
Maybe we should kill the kids. Yeah, perhaps you're right. Dude!
Lois, you in the
I said we just dump them in space. Our children would have been fine.
Rigna, Argo, Bulldog, you'll accompany me to come. We'll activate Torg.
Tom, to capture a roly-poly little man like Santa Claus? We don't need Tom.
We won't take any.
We don't need
chances.
talk.
Tom,
We need binders. Strong binders.
Yes.
I keep them in my basement.
I highly doubt that. No, there's no way a man has any kind of real, like, interesting, deep life at home.
I didn't say it was an interesting, deep life. I'm saying he kidnaps children. His first instinct was to kidnap children.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, there's no way. He's way too soft for that. He tells him to do it all because he doesn't have the guts to do it himself.
Oh, so you're just saying that he has no filter and he's just living out his intrusive thoughts through another person?
Correct.
Why did you do that? If you ever leave Earth, the whole U.S. Space Force after them. Come on.
The
Yes.
whole U.S. Space Force. Trump went back in time and established the U.S.
He
Space
actually got
Force.
the idea from this movie.
That is Trump.
I was watching the best documentary. The best. It's about children, resilient children, beautiful children. And they fought the Martians.
Why does their North Pole just look like Mars painted white?
Because it is.
Come on, Bernie.
This is more of a set than a set can handle.
Those guys are gonna freeze to death before they make it anywhere.
I mean, it's only negative 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Isn't that, what, frostbite within 4 seconds of exposure?
Hey, John.
What?
This is about to pause in 15 minutes.
That's why the pause in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
The movie? Oh,
Yeah.
it says that. I don't know why. It just does.
All of them in the spaceship look an awful lot like the set.
we can't afford to make any
Yeah.
mistakes. Argo, you cover the rear of the workshop. Rigna, Bulldog, cover the front entrance. I'll direct Torg.
Cover the rear. You, cover my rear.
Rigna, go up and tell Bulldog. Bulldog, this is another one of your delaying tactics. You've been opposing me at every turn. Now I'm warning you.
Poisoning him at every turn. He's been telling you what to do.
Right?
Yes, I am, and you will be too if you're not careful.
Oh, but I am careful, Chief. So careful that I looked in at the children before I left the ship.
You stay away from those children.
That would be easy to do. They've escaped.
Bulldog, if this is your idea of a joke,
Ask Droppo. They overheard our plans. At this very moment, they're on their way to Santa Claus to warn him.
it's true, Kemon.
Their footprints.
We're gonna stop them. Those children mustn't reach Santa Claus. Follow them. I'll put Torg on the trail. Torg, come out of the spaceship. Torg, come out of the spaceship.
Say it a third time, it'll summon him.
Mm-hmm.
Say it the third time, and he's right behind him. You called for me, sir.
I can't run anymore. I'm cold and I'm tired. And it's beginning to snow. Please, Betty.
I'm cold and I'm time. Those were her last words.
Yep.
I like how when she said, "I'm cold and tired," is when he realized he too was cold.
Yeah.
Suddenly and jerkingly.
The adrenaline wore off.
And their best idea is to sit on this block of ice.
He's the mean one with the fake mustache!
No, I think that's his real mustache.
There's no way, it looks so fake.
It's too fake looking to be fake. I don't think of the cartoon villain that hates the kids' pedo stash.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to let the kid. He wants to take the kids home with him because he wants to live out his fantasies.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. It's the greatest polar bear costume ever. No, show it again!
You mean that wasn't a real polar bear? I'm pretty sure that was a real polar bear.
That's
No,
where
have
the
it chase the
Ted
children
Bundy
trying to give them Coca-Cola.
is.
Hey kids, want some refreshing Coca-Cola? Ice cold.
Why did you do hand quotes when you said Coca-Cola?
Yeah, quiet so he can't smell us.
It's the original cocaine bear.
This one just bathed in cocaine. Oh, time to give up. I tried 3 times.
Ah, the uppers are wearing off. Turns out that's not snow.
Well, that's where he gets all the energy to make the toys.
Oh gosh. If that's the true slave labor, he gives the elves tons of coke so that they keep quick. That's why I moved to the North Pole so no one knew the difference.
No, he moved to the North Pole because he got the wrong direction. Instead of going to Argentina, he went to the North Pole. All the dwarves are being fed methamphetamines. It worked for the stormtroopers, it will work for you.
Most of the Lord of Santa did come from the German version of the character.
Is that a coincidence? Look, it's a giant robot. Why is there a robot suddenly?
It's the one he called out of the spaceship. But they couldn't show him coming out of the spaceship. They couldn't figure out how to make it work, so they just stuck him all the way outside.
I mean, would you want to climb down a ladder in a cardboard box?
No.
And oven mitts.
That was the most realistic robot I've ever seen.
I have made you children toast. I mean, you will be toast.
I have made you dinner. I mean, I will make you into dinner.
Now destroy them. Crush them. Crush them, Tall. Do as I say. Hold on. I knew you'd try something like this. I set Torch's control so he will obey only me. Release him, Torch. You were very lucky. Now don't try to escape again. You may not be so lucky next time. Fargo, take them back to the ship, lock them up, and rejoin us.
You won't get away with this, you Martian.
Hey, I'm very merciful. I could murder you like him, but instead I'm bringing you slave
Let's
prison.
get Santa Claus and blast off. We'll surround the workshop and send Torg in to get Santa. Nobody is to be harmed unless they get in our way.
I'll just make sure to walk in a path where they have to get in my way.
Warriors of our planet. Mars used to be the planet of war. Mark my words, Kima. Your softness will destroy us. Santa Claus, toys, games, laughing children. We shall see.
Joy! Intrigue!
Torg, follow me.
He's literally like, I want intergalactic war. I
Will
want
to live.
genocide. It's like Hitler and Mussolini having arguments about how to run a country.
I like how the outside of Santa's workshop looks like it's made out of cardboard.
Yeah.
This cardboard door fell right over.
Yeah.
Gingerbread, gingerbread.
No, I kept this.
Oh, the elf grabbed a bat.
Where did you come from? You're the biggest toy I've ever seen. And very well made, too.
Why does Santa always sound like he's like 4 or 5 deep in a bourbon binge?
Because he is. At all times.
Oh, what a magnificent toy! Where'd you come from, little fella?
It's gotta be, so then he's loose enough to slide down the chimneys.
Oh, shit.
More toys?
Those are Martians.
More toys, they're living beings, you drunk?
Now it's truly a Christmas.
Quiet, you.
But
Don't want to hurt you, Santa Claus, so come along quietly.
I've been wanting to do this for years.
Why did you have to do that to my helper? It's harmless. It'll wear off in a short while.
Oh,
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
I didn't care about the little bastards anyway. I was hoping the Martians would have something cool like a disintegration ray.
I was having fun.
I never saw such lazy people standing around like statues. There's work to be done. Let's get to it.
Just leave her like that, please. She's only been on screen for 2 minutes.
Oh, Mrs. Claus is going to be very angry about this. Take him, Ford. Ford, take him. Obey my command.
Forget it, Kima. Wicked was right. He's nothing but a toy now. Best to leave him here.
Believe me, I had nothing whatsoever to do about this.
Really? The people who broke into your house and started threatening you?
Recall a time when you were so silent for so long.
Let's go, old man.
Cannot remember a time we were so silent for so long. He almost smiled there for a second.
Like, while he's walking away, he's probably like, can I have one of those laser cannon things when I come back? I don't ever want her to move.
And Mrs. Santa Claus has positively identified the kidnappers as Martians. Never in the
Well,
history
quick,
of
scramble the Air Force and get a B-52 to Mars.
It's in a world where Santa Claus is actually real, and they know he's real, and they do interviews at the North Pole. Martians is very believable in this area.
Our correspondent interviewed
Mrs. Claus says it was Martians. Well, Mrs. Claus says so. She's the epitome of good. She cannot lie to us.
the space agency doing about this?
They have mobilized all the men and equipment in our Starship project. And we have launched our astronauts into an intensive program.
Is that the guy?
No, that's the guy in charge of NASA. Notice he's a German scientist of about 60 years old in 1964. We will stop those Martian monkeys, and we will do it correctly this time. We must go after the Martians, and we will build camps for them. Very nice camps with good showers this time.
Yes.
And because it's Mars, no one will find it. Somebody scrambles the B-52s. They're holding on the shot a little too long.
They just didn't know what to do at this point.
It has to be 90 minutes, guys.
Earth hasn't reacted yet. No radar beams being bounced off our ship. Looks like we made a clean getaway.
We made a clean getaway to the planet that the that the humans have not been able to get to, let alone land on their own moon.
Why, I've only been with him for 5 minutes and he has me laughing just like an earthling. What's soft and round, and you put it on a stick and you toast it in a fire, and it's green?
I don't know what.
A marshmallow.
That's what you're all becoming. Marshmallows. Soft. Weak. That old man is a menace.
And it was a very foggy Christmas Eve. But I could barely make out this chimney in the fog. But I found it all right and I started to crawl in. Well, I tell you, it was the biggest chimney I'd ever been in. And then suddenly I realized
It was your
a
mother.
chimney at all. It was the smokestack of the Queen Elizabeth. Don't you think that was funny?
Yes, Santa.
Well, why didn't you ask?
Gee, Santa, it's all our fault. We told them where to find you.
Oh, balderdash in a fiddle-dee-dee, Billy boy. Everybody knows where Santa lives. Besides,
The local liquor store.
Mommy and Daddy are going to be angry.
You think that's something? I can just see Mrs. Claus now. Christmas coming, and I'm not there. She'll have a fit. Oh, me, oh, my, oh, me.
Come and get it. Dinner time.
Here's Truffle. If I can't cheer you up, Truffle can. He always makes me laugh.
You'll have a wonderful dinner tonight. Oh, soup and beef stew and chocolate ice cream.
No, thank you, Chocolate. I'm not hungry.
Come on, Billy. Oh.
Come on, Billy. Only one of them is a roofie.
Guess which one's
Drugged.
Oh, what was that one?
I have a delicious meal brought to you by Pfizer. We've got chocolate pudding, pea soup, LSD,
He takes chocolate ice cream.
and COVID-64.
Kima, look at this. That small blip is not an asteroid, it's a spaceship, and it's on our tail. It's getting closer.
Impossible, Rigna. They couldn't have spotted us. We have our radar shield on.
I know that, sir, but they are gaining on us.
Is it possible Earth has a secret device that can penetrate our radar shield?
They have a secret device, and his name is Billy Foster. I warned you that.
How did you know it was Billy? There were two kids.
Destroy us if we allow them.
Very misogynistic of him to assume it was the boy that was smart enough to do it.
And that's what'll ultimately defeat him. First wave feminism.
To make the resourcefulness of these Earth people. Very clever of the boy. Make the repairs, Rigna.
Very clever little boy. He unplugged all of the plugs.
He pulled the cords.
Like boys do. Literally, he just pulled them and sisters like, what are you doing? Pulling things out of their pockets.
Santa and the little earthling. Why, it must be tiresome cooped up in this little room. Say, how would you like to see the rest of the ship?
You're not fooling me. You don't like us. You're mean.
Oh, come on now, that's not true. Why, Santa makes everyone feel good, even me.
I don't trust you.
Now, Billy boy.
I don't trust you. You sound like Daddy's angry juice.
We'd love to take the grand tour.
You sound like the bad daddy I don't like when he comes home from the bar.
There's no actual windows on these door cells. We heard you maniacally laughing the entire way down the hall.
Oh, he's putting him in the airlock.
This room is called...
Sarah,
That's right.
sure. This is where you come when you're ready to go out in space. It's airtight. You put on your spacesuit and go out to that door. When you come back, the door closes and you pump air back into the room through there. When it reaches the pressure of the rest of the ship, you can take your spacesuit off.
Smart, lad.
Where's the control that opens the door, sir?
Not here. That's in the control deck. You see, once you pull that switch, the warning bell sounds, and in 60 seconds, that door opens.
That's to give us spacemen a chance to make a final.
Why would you turn your back on him?
It's nowhere out in space. If that door were open now, it will pull all the air out of this room and us with it.
You certainly know
And
a
then-
great deal about space travel, son.
He's going to be a spaceman when he grows up.
Maybe sooner than that.
Why would you turn your back on him?
Santa, that clock stopped. 60 seconds. That must be the door timer. Santa, he locked us in.
Oh, I don't think so. He probably just stepped off for a moment.
Wow, Santa's very trusting of the guy that tried to kidnap him and murder the kids already once.
I don't worry, Santa.
Now, children, let's not get excited.
Really, you're telling the children that literally have done nothing exciting or interesting this entire film to stop being excited?
Yeah.
It's Bogart. He's going to open the space door.
He's gonna jettison his space, then psychopaths.
He's going to do exactly what I told him he could do.
He seems very enthused about it.
The
Almost
smile on his
orgasmatically
face
so.
Yeah.
is way too intense. He's like, yes, children in
If only there was a
space."
camera so I could record it.
Where did you say this reads to, Billy?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Climax.
Who's in the airlock?
No one. Now.
What's going on, Bogart?
Chief, Santa and the children are missing.
Where are they?
Drifting around in space. Along with the rest of the space junk.
Oh my gosh, they're so stiff when they're fighting.
Yep.
I want a double fist punch. Two fist punch, come on! That's all that's missing from this film.
Oh.
Oh, I'm through with you, Bogart. You wish you were floating around out there in space.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Santa Claus, you're all right. I thought you were...
Well, when Bogart accidentally left us in the airlock and then came up here and accidentally threw the door switch, we knew we had...
I like how the kid's looking at all the different cameras.
Well, that was
Yeah.
the end of us. And accidentally, of course.
So you throw down through the air duct.
And the little girl is clearly on melatonin.
But the air duct is just a little... And you're so big.
Why, you're talking to Santa Claus, son.
What the hell?
Well, now you wouldn't want me to tell my secret, would you?
Is that secret magic?
Poor man, he's fainting, just like someone who's seen a ghost.
It's funny because you explained it.
It's
Yeah.
also funny because we almost died.
Yes.
But is that the Martian ship or is it the ship?
I'm pretty sure that's the Martian ship.
Mars looks awful green.
Begin
Yeah.
landing operation. Firing retro rockets. 1 and 2. Fire. Lower landing legs. Bigger. After we secured the ship and lowered the ladder, you and Hargo get Boldar out of the brig and take him to the council room. You'll stand trial immediately.
Right, Chief. We've landed.
Hatch open. Hatch open.
Ladder down.
Power off. Ship secure.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride a one-horse open sleigh. Merry Christmas, Baldy.
Oh.
Bravo! What's happening? He fell through the pipes and he grabbed my...
Shut up, Bravo. Kima, come in quickly. Kima? Yes, Regulus.
Hold has escaped.
What? He's gone.
Is there any trouble?
Put a constant guard on Santa and the Earth Children. Bodar will be back.
He wants Mars for himself. Yeah, he kind of made that clear like 3 times that he was
Yeah.
mutinying against you. Like, literally said as much. We used to be a people of war. I'll take us back, whatever it takes.
Honest, is Father here yet?
No, Bomar, I'll call you the moment he arrives.
Is Darko coming back too?
Yes, Germar, now go back to your studies.
Every time that my children come to me, I immediately turn them away. I can't understand why they feel so dejected.
Are you alone?
The old guy basically just pops up and was like, "You're bad parents. You're horrible, terrible parents. All of you."
Welcome to our home.
I already like you better than my own offspring.
Luckily, the air here is breathable for you.
Lady Beaumont, I'm not accustomed to entering people's homes through the door, but you have no chimney.
Welcome, Santa Claus. We hope you'll make the children on Mars very happy.
I'll try, dear lady. I'll try.
Really? Where are they?
Well, we'll start with my youngsters. How are they, Momar?
Same, quiet, remote, and very unhappy. They're inside studying.
Well, little...
Quiet, remote, and very unhappy. I just sent them away from any love or affection.
Yup.
I'll tell them you're here.
What's the diagnosis, Santa Claus? You're horrible parents.
What did you give the children for Christmas? Simple. I made them orphans so that they could try again.
Oh, gosh.
I missed you too. Children, I brought some visitors from Earth. Will you come in, please, children? Lily and Betty, this is Bomar and Germar.
Hi.
Is it Bomar and Germar? So, like, boy and girl? Just name them boy and girl?
Yeah.
These are literally the worst parents ever.
Yeah.
Male, female, visitors.
At least he didn't number them. Like a real sociopath.
No, that comes later. Male 2, female 2.
Male 42.
Now he's reproducing like rabbits.
It's a little creepy laugh, Santa.
He's been laughing weird the entire time. It's clear.
You're ugly.
You alibi. You ain't
How
got
does-
no alibi.
How does this make everybody happy? Simple. He walks on a cloud of marijuana leaves.
They're laughing.
There's just powdered ecstasy flying off him the entire time.
Come.
Santa is the drug.
Santa proves
They didn't need Santa Claus, they just needed him.
Yeah.
He's gonna end up being the Martian Santa Claus, I just wait.
Yeah.
They've gone to sleep without the sleep spray.
Santa, tomorrow we'll set up a workshop for you. It won't be exactly the same as the one you have on Earth, but I'm sure it'll serve your purpose.
He about said Mars.
Yeah.
I'd like to get going and have the toy shop operating full blast so as I can return to Earth for Christmas. You know, Mrs. Claus is a very good-natured woman, but
Santa Claus, you will never return to Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Now you belong to Mars. Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, 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 that's ho!
That sounded like a threat.
Yeah.
Ho, 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 you.
Dirty king like a speckled Mars. Oh, Kima will get this out finally.
That's easy. Let's get rid of the little fat friend in the red suit.
Oh, that's suicide. Santa Claus was on a constant guard. We couldn't get within 20 feet of him without being disintegrated. But I have other plans.
So they do have disintegration rays.
Someone's approaching the cave. Oh, it's me, Jim. All right, hang up the nuclear
Does this mean Jim?
Yeah.
Full alarm, clop plop, subarm. I'm Jim. Like, they don't have silly names. Jim is the silliest sounding name on the set.
So I sneaked down and took a good long look. It's nothing like the one on Earth. No one a sawing or hammering. He wanted to build a mechanized assembly line for the old man. Toys are rolling off by the second. This planet will be full of toys. You know, pick up one little toy. It's the cutest thing. It's just a coil spring. And it goes down steps all by itself. I was tempted to steal one. I'd like to fool around with the thing. Toys!
Fooling around with a spring?
Oh boy.
A grown man.
Yep.
No time to lose. We must go into action. Now, we cannot eliminate Santa Claus, but we can discredit him.
I'm actually kind of upset. This movie's a lot better than I thought it would be.
Now, listen again.
It's still awful.
Yeah.
It's awfully filmed, but it's like heartfelt. Like it's got a good like soul to it. It's not fair. It's hard to make fun of a film that has so much soul.
Oh, look, they have laundry baskets.
They made those first.
And a clarinet for some reason.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is like, my gosh, I won't need elves anymore. I can automate my shop.
And I don't have to pay these robots?
Like he pays the elves.
I don't have to feed the robots?
Yes.
Like he feeds the elves.
He feeds the elves the lesser elves. I like how half the toys are also like guns and artillery and stuff. It's like, oh, I also made a little tripod walker with a cannon on the front.
He literally says it. It's like, look at me, Santa Claus, just sitting here pressing buttons. That's automation for you.
Wow, we've sure done a lot tonight. We were talking about the robot did everything.
Lady Momar made it for me.
Can I try it on, Santa?
Don't be silly, Guapo. This would never fit you. Well, you'll have to fatten up first.
It's gonna be hard to do that when all they eat is pills.
Especially when those pills are obviously like hard drugs.
Yeah.
I've overdosed on dinner.
Sitting there frothing in the mouth.
How are you feeling today?
Oh no, what happened? He overdosed on turkey.
Their turkey overdose this week.
Hamburger. Oh.
I thought I could handle 3 hamburgers. You fool!
Wait for half an hour and then you'll have to go to bed.
Daddy, may we watch the Earth program?
Certainly, dear, but only for half an hour. Billy? Betty? Don't you want to watch the Earth program?
Oh, no, sir. We're not interested in Earth programs. I'm going to sleep. Good night. Me too.
Just a
Good
moment.
night, Mr. Kimar. Good night, Lady Mama.
Just a moment, children. Are you feeling well?
Oh, we feel fine, sir. Good night. Good night.
Has someone been mistreating you?
Oh, no, sir. You and Lady Mama have just been swell to us.
So nice of your kidnappers to be nice.
We're starting to identify with our captors, and we don't know how we feel about it. Give us a few more days, and we might love you more then.
This is a whole new version of Stockholm Syndrome. Martian.
Parents,
Martian Syndrome.
Timo, you've got to send those children back.
Impossible.
You have a spaceship. How's not
Grandma
possible?
says I gotta fatten up.
I think you're right, DJ. I think you predicted the end of this film.
Molten milk.
But he's based on the Martian Santa. He's silly, goofy, but he's not overly so. He's just silly.
Banana split.
And all their foods are Earth foods.
With whipped cream.
It's because they used to have Martian food, but they saw what Earth had, and they just made the pill form of it. So they get the flavor, but it's still Martian health.
That takes too long.
I was expecting him to have like a fattening machine. That's actually more realistic. Oh, he just used a pillow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I literally thought it was going to be like, Ray.
Yep. He's got a pillow, but everyone else sleeps on blocks.
Well,
That's why he's the laziest man on Mars.
He actually has a real bed.
Because sleep is actually a comfort to him.
Santa Claus? Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everyone! Ho, ho, ho! My finger isn't tired. I think I'll go down to the workshop and make some more toys. Ho, ho, ho! Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Ho, 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 jingle bells, jingle bells.
Oh no, he's gonna die.
Don't kill him. He's so innocent, naive. It's like killing a puppy.
Oh, it's the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
I like the music.
Yeah, the music's been pretty on point.
All right. This is gonna shake 'em up. These toys will never be the same again.
Is he using toy wrenches?
Yep. What's the point of the big wrench?
Someone's coming. Quick, down.
Great is Santa Claus. Always alone, no guard.
Oh no.
All the way. Oh, what fun.
They haven't realized that he has a giant helmet on?
They made it pretty clear the Martians are dumb.
My fat little friend.
Hey, Santa, how do you like this toy?
Oh no!
Put on a nuclear curtain.
A nuclear curtain?
This is why they're all green.
They're just humans.
They got trapped on Mars a long time ago. They just radiated.
They just wear helmets to make sure that their brains don't ooze out of their ears. Because they microwave their heads.
Bravo! Children, breakfast is ready.
Why isn't she just pointing at it menacingly?
Because she
That's
wasn't
how you
playing.
open it.
Because she didn't want to be rude and invade her children's privacy. Because obviously she doesn't really care about them at all.
I don't want to invade your privacy, or your personal lives, or your lives in general.
I just don't want to. I don't want to be around you. Okay.
Actually, to be entirely honest, you can have your own sovereign land far away from me.
They care more about the Earth kids than their own kids.
It's true.
When you find my missing suit,
You'll find Brufo inside it. He's out someplace playing Santa Claus. Take care of him. Oh, no.
I'll take care of him.
He's just like, death penalty.
Everybody on Mars is just like, don't worry.
They're just 0 to 100. The Martians are just like really happy or let's kill somebody. There's no in between with them.
Wait, what was that food?
Peas and carrots.
Oh, playing hide and seek, eh? All right, Brufo. Here we come. Ready or not.
Playing hide and seek in this dark warehouse by
I
himself.
was told this was Santa Claus versus the Martians, but this is actually Santa Claus versus the Martian. It's literally one guy that's like ruining everything.
And he's not conquering them. I expected blood conquest. I wanted war. I wanted Martians fighting elves. Nobody's been conquered.
Oh. They predicted furries.
Pretty sure it's all the animated cartoons we watched as kids that did that.
A tennis bat.
Those are cool toys. Put them back in the baskets.
They are in the basket.
I want the teddy bear with the human doll head.
Oh wait. Ah, it's a train car.
Why, this doesn't make sense. This never happened when we made toys by hand.
Really?
Something very strange.
You know there was some scroll back there that stuck a freaking doll's head on a bear and said, "Oh, little Susie's gonna love this." Oh,
Oh, it's a teddy abomination. Oh, it's unbearable.
oh God.
Father, we're in the toy shop. Droppo isn't here, and there's something wrong with the toy machine.
Somebody drop Droppo.
Time to go. Sid, wake up.
Well, why'd you have to hit me so hard? Some of my brain leaked out.
Kemar or his men wouldn't dare lay a finger on us. Not while we're keeping Santa Claus a hostage. Now, if we're not back in 3 hours, you know what to do. All right, Sim. Open the nuclear curtain.
Oh, my kidneys finally feel normal again.
I've been peeing solids for a week.
Oh.
Oh no.
It's a word
Oh.
You got
Oh.
any ideas? Forget it. If you walk through that nuclear curtain, you'll be disintegrated like that.
But how's he walking through the disintegrated curtain?
They turned it off.
They turn it off and then back on again.
It's that little hole in the left.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
Somebody switched all the wiring.
Sabotage. I can't stand it. I know you planned
This
it.
machine's been sabotaged. Put them all together, it spells Vodar. He was here.
I thought it spelled.
Yeah.
How do you spell something with screws? Ah, it's only 14 turns to the left. That's a V.
Surprised to see it? You're under arrest, Vodar. Stop playing with toys. Put it away, Kemar. We have a weapon that's much more potent than that. As you may know, we are holding Santa Claus a hostage. One false move, and your little ho man will be destroyed.
Yeah, he just called Santa Claus a hoe.
These are our turn. First, destroy the toy machine. Second, we will release Santa Claus if you promise to send him and the Earthlings back to their planet. Third, no more joy through toys nonsense on Mars. Well, you win.
Oh, he gave up easy.
Yeah.
Are you sure you have Santa Claus?
You know we had him.
You mean you had him?
How did he get out of the cage?
You're an idiot.
that you don't know about. All right, arms up. Rigna, Hargo, Lomas, report.
This is Rigna.
They put their hands up like that. Now 12!
The Martians are so dumb.
And Stilbo. I'll keep them here in the storeroom of the toy shop. Rigna, you come here and take them off my hands. I want Hargo and Lomas to look for a man named Shim.
This is what happens when fully automated society happens for too long. Nobody has any real ambition to do anything or be anything anymore.
Yeah.
Their technology is so primitive. Yeah, but you don't even know that yours works.
All right, you might as well relax. You're gonna be here for a while. Sit down.
Please, sit down. Have a
Is that
cigar.
a snowball?
Yes, it is.
Why would he leave the control panel?
Oh, that's actually really clever.
As long as
The
he
Martians are so dumb they won't notice which light is which. They're not paying attention. He's literally the smartest Martian on this planet, and they think he's a goofball. He's actually a freaking genius.
Where are you going? Ho, ho, ho! Can't you say anything else but ho, ho, ho? Ho, ho, ho! If you're thinking of leaving, Santa, let me remind you, once you hit that nuclear curtain, there won't even be a whisker left.
Oh, it said nuclear.
Once you hit that nuclear curtain, it's curtains! Ho ho
Oh.
no!
Oh, he noticed.
What are you gonna do with it?
But instead of him turning it back, he flipped the light bulbs back. Crap, those don't belong there. Oh shoot! Click.
Well, now, I think that should do it, Billy boy. Close the door, son.
Broke it with a wrench and fixed it with a screwdriver.
I remember messing with all of these switches and stuff at Auschwitz.
Boy.
Yeah, this is a very similar system.
Time I'll take care of the Santa Claus for good. Smash that machine.
Santa! Santa! Lola and another man are in the storeroom and they're coming to get you.
Oh, they are they? Yeah. Well, maybe they'd like to have some fun with our toys, and we'll see that they do. Won't we, kids?
We'll make sure they have fun with our toys. Namely, this M16.
This chainsaw.
Whoa, we meet again, eh? I don't know how you escaped Shim, but you won't escape me. You're through.
Well, why don't you, relax?
Blowing bubbles in his pipe.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
You're going to relax permanently.
No, it's not bubbles. It's literally the it's him frothing out his
That's
mouth.
the foam for the rabies.
It's the foam from all the food.
One of them is just hitting him with a bat.
Hey, it's a toy until it's a weapon.
Why do they all want human tanks?
Notice that like 70-80% of these toys are weapons.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all war related. Planes, marching soldiers, tin soldiers.
There was a bow and arrow.
Patrols, bow and arrow, yeah. It's the planet of war.
Yeah.
We want to have fun, pretending to had all we wanted was for you to take us on your own work day so we can watch you murder the people. But we never got to, so we're going to use Earth toys to do it instead. They're not rebelling against the war, they're rebelling against their parents not paying attention to them.
Okay, this is starting to be cut like nightmare fuel.
Yeah. No, he's not finished.
He's still got a weapon. Don't stop.
This is getting a little too trippy for me.
He's getting like humiliated and is doing that. Is that back sweat?
No, I think it's all the
All the
stuff they
water.
sprayed him with.
That's right.
You don't need me here, Timor. You've got a wonderful Santa Claus of your own.
Goodbye,
If
Billy.
that had been the end, that'd have been hilarious.
It just ends right there.
You take care of yourself.
Bye. I've got something for you, Billy. Gee, thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye.
They're nuclear
You
powered.
had fun?
Those are radiation discs.
You'll grow a fourth leg.
Thank you, Santa, for bringing happiness to the children of Mars.
And the Christmas spirit to all of us.
Son, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you and yours the very best of everything.
They're not gonna get him a hat that actually works with the helmet.
Nope. It wasn't in the budget for that. Half the budget went to keeping Santa drunk.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this
He has
film sober.
he has a very expensive taste. Out of the 200,000, 150,000 of it was the alcohol budget for Santa.
150,000 went to peppermint schnapps.
Shall we get going?
This is actually the real Santa in this movie.
Don't worry, children. I'll drive.
Wait, they're not taking it back? He can get back. So he could have got it back by himself the entire time?
They brought back their children fired.
Oh, the falling through space.
Yeah. Did they just give Santa a spaceship one?
Now he can visit whenever he wants to.
Why is this whole thing for so long?
They're getting so uncomfortable. Please stop.
Oh, why are we zooming in on the moon now?
No, that's Earth.
That's supposed to be Earth?
That's discolored Earth.
Oh, The Princess Bride, a better movie. Yes, let's do that. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, it's Shem, not Jim.
It's Jim.
It'll be Jim in our hearts.
I Shobo, Meep, Bubba,
Oh my gosh, it's a sing-along now.
Say,
Hey for Santa Claus. Hey, C-L-A-U-S. For Santa Claus. U.S. For Santa Claus. Hey, for sanity clauses.
For sanity clauses. Oh gosh.
No, I don't want to watch The Princess Bride Amazon. Leave me alone.
Why not? It's a better film.
Anything's a better film. Anything.
Just pick anything. Anything on there and it's better.
Golly.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
I don't know, it was great.
Oh.
IMDb of 2.7. IMDb, you are generous. So we just finished watching Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. And let me tell you, it was a wild ride. Blood, gore, sweat, and so many tears.
Mm-hmm.
Some of laughter, some of aneurysms.
We were lied to. There was no conquering in this film.
Where was my battle?
So, We'll go ahead. We'll start get going on this. Let's do our quick positives and negatives, and we'll start with newcomer Pat. What's a positive and a negative of this film for you?
Positive? It's only 78 minutes.
Brutal. Negative. We had to watch it. All right. Well,
Negative? There wasn't a single battle scene.
Not one.
well, no, there was. There was a battle scene. There was all the children surrounding the one Martian with the fake mustache.
The child soldiers. I forgot about those.
The child soldier.
You never forget about the child soldier.
Oh my gosh.
All right, DJ, what's your positive and negative for this film?
Honestly, for positive, it's cheery. I expected this to be like it is campy, but I expected it to be campy like the War of the Worlds campy. Like it ended up being just kind of charming but campy because it's weirdly put together. But I don't know. I just enjoyed the heart of it. For negatives, everything else. Honestly, my biggest positive and negative is actually the same thing. My biggest positive is that it is kind of charming and it's a fun film, and my biggest negative is that it's not Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. I expected like a silly film where Santa Claus literally goes ham on the Martians. Like that's what I thought it was gonna be.
Violent night.
Yeah. Not quite, but I thought it would be like more like those Martians were actually the bad guy, like they were ill intended. But it's actually the Martians are just
Lost.
dumb. Yeah. It's like they came from a full automated society. They've had everything done for them so long, they literally are childlike. They've lost imagination or any kind of, and they're just drones doing what they do without any thought processing. And then Santa Claus comes around like, oh, this might help kids. And then they do it. And they don't think through anything.
That's fair. For me, I would have to say like positive, negative. The positives are few and far between with this film.
That is true.
I guess like positive is it's an original idea. It fits for the time frame, 1964. They're interested in space travel, the possibility of Martians and things like that. So it's tying in like campy sci-fi with a holiday film. So positive is a unique idea. Negative, I don't know what you expect to get out of an idea like this or how you make a coherent story out of an idea like this. I think that we have our work cut out for us.
I'm trying to think of good titles for this one. John, you got one?
Well, let's roll into titles then. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. All right, Pat, we'll start with you since DJ seems to be buffering a little bit. What is a joke title you would give this film?
Santa Claus takes a break.
Basically, I got it. National Lampoon's Santa Claus Vacations on Mars. John?
Santa Claus fights the Green Fairy.
The Green Fairy. Oh my gosh.
He's clearly on absinthe the entire time. Oh, my wife froze. Time to go to Mars!
Oh my gosh.
I literally think that dude just, every time, he's just like, hey guys, every time that you do something real dumb, I'm going to take a drink. And so by the end of it, it's like, okay, here's your line, Bill. Merry Christmas!
All over.
Ho, ho.
Sorry, Billy. I didn't know you were there.
Oh gosh.
We did a review. We did the joke titles. Rewrite?
Yep.
All right. How would we make Santa Claus Conquers the Martians into a better film?
So Mars is ruled dictatorship. No fun, no joy. everything's super bland. Rebel faction trying to overthrow them. Here's about Christmas, the most joyous time of Earth. It's like, you know what we could use? A Santa Claus. Kidnap Santa Claus. Bring him to Mars. First he's like, no, I gotta leave it back to Earth. Gotta get them children happy. Sees this world and just like, you know what? It's time to spread some Christmas cheer.
Dude, that's such a better movie premise. That's kind of
that's
almost what
already
this.
a better premise,
That's almost
yeah.
what this kind of tried to be, but instead of them being the rebel faction, it was the leadership faction.
Yeah.
And they were just split.
Yeah.
And then there were 3 people that were just like, I like being miserable.
It wasn't even, the other 2 weren't even completely committed to being miserable.
That's true, because like in the middle of like when they confront him, one of the people that are even arrested with him are just kind of like, you know, kind of laughing along, like, oh, it's not that
Well,
bad.
even he wasn't committed to being miserable. He just liked war. His favorite thing was conquest and destruction. He's just a sociopath, and the world favors his mentality, so he didn't want it to change.
Yeah.
Like everybody else is just, it's like basically it's literally Hitler sitting here and like, this world favors my philosophy, and everybody else is like, yeah, that's kind of dumb. But they keep him around and listen to him anyway. It's just odd. I like that idea.
Yeah, I like that idea. So let's run with that a little bit. The rebel forces are trying to bring joy to the planet. Probably, maybe the dictatorship is taking the children away, and the children are miserable as a result.
Yeah.
And so what's happening is that they're running out of joy. There's no will to live anymore.
Yeah.
And as a result, the children.
It makes me think of as a
More autonomous.
Huh?
They're
Yeah.
pretty much just making working bots out of the children.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys seen Chi Chi Bang Bang where it's like there's this scene, there's this area where all the kids have been banished. So
Yeah.
there's no kids, no children because the queen hates them.
Right.
And so there's just like no laughing, joy, or cheer. When they come to the city, it's quiet, super quiet, and it doesn't feel alive. And it's not because the children are sad, it's because they're just not there. But like the vibe hits you so hard. It's a silly film. It's not super serious, but there's that moment where they walk in to the city and it's just dead inside. And you feel it. Like the absence of children physically hurts. Like, oh my gosh, this place is so drab. This is horrible. And so they go, well, we've got to do something about this. And they find all the children hiding underground. Be a similar vein of that, where they come into Mars, and he just feels that
There's
no happiness or love here.
Yeah.
Or another good example is that I could liken it to is the Wrinkle in Time, where they go to the final world and all the kids are bouncing their balls in absolute succession, in sequence, and there's like no individuality or no kind of life to it. You have these kids droning. And he comes here and he's just like, this is miserable. Like, what the heck did I walk into?
Yeah.
And he just really pulls not just him, but now the audience is invested because you feel for like this world. Like, my gosh, yes, Santa, please do something about this.
Well, another thing that we could do is Mars is stagnant. Mars has become stagnant. There's no creativity. They're not advancing anymore, and as a result, all the other worlds are starting to catch up. Like the Earth is starting to catch up with them, and they're starting to notice that.
Yeah.
And we can set it kind of in the future too, where maybe we are starting to get space travel, and so more things from Earth are starting to come towards Mars.
Yeah.
And the Martians have noticed that their entire society is stagnant. There's no real drive for ingenuity or things like that, and the adults are as miserable as the children are, and everybody's miserable.
Yeah.
And so the message that Santa Claus Conquering the Martians comes to is the way that we advance as a society is by having happy children. Happy children make happy adults. Creative children create creative adults.
Yeah.
We create more innovations.
Joy and imagination helps you to innovate and grow.
Yeah.
Well, they talk about that. This movie actually has a couple of metaphors in it. They hit on. Like he has a whole line where he turns to the camera and he talks about automation.
Yeah.
And it makes it. It doesn't make it super clear, but to me, it looks an awful lot like a fully autonomous society, where they have become stagnant because they everything is automated. They even say they say early in the film they get the brain pod. The old guy in the it's like they put the brain pods on the head, and from the time they're born until they're able to walk, they're just indoctrinated, and so they don't have any thoughts of their own. And as soon as they get any kind of thoughts outside of it. But what makes this film so difficult to follow in that same vein is why they have Earth programming in the first place if they're indoctrinating.
Yeah.
Why do they have TVs and Earth programming? There's this weird juxtaposition of Martian society being autonomous and like kind of like a computer-driven dictatorship, but then they have freedoms to do things that you wouldn't have in that kind of a society. It would have made more sense if it was your version where the kids are rebelling, like the underground watches the human programming, and it's banned by the government. The government bans that kind of stuff, and it's underground that is enjoying it and seeing these things.
Kind of like a Fahrenheit 451.
Yes.
Model, where the American program, or not American, Earth programming is actually entertaining. So they're starting to be more joyful and they're starting to become more creative and stuff like that.
They're
so
starting to have thoughts of their own.
Yeah, so they come up with a creative solution to, hey, why don't we bring Santa Claus to Mars?
Yeah.
And he can free all of us from this.
You can even have a cold if you wanted to, like, because at the time they could have done this too, and modern times you can even do it even better. But you could have done like a cold open where like it shows Martian society and like somebody accidentally comes across Earth programming, like the first one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just watches them like mesmerized by it, and then it goes 30 years later or something, and it's showing the society from like the upper echelons, and one of the guys is just like all stiff, and it's all stiff, and he discovers the underground Earth programming. So like the first like 30 minutes of the film or so is filmed. It's like Jacob's Run or some of these other ones where it's like filmed inside the society from the perspective or like the Big Brother setup in 1984, where it's from the perspective of the people in the system first.
Yeah.
Then they get brought with the audience out of the system into the underground. Because then you can kind of see why things are so bad, and you hear that, and then you have them get Santa Claus and bring him, and when he hears the quiet, like the death of the children, like just the sound of no joy, that just hits him hard, and he gets involved.
Yeah.
And the revolution isn't like what you think of. It's not a guns revolution. It's literally he just brings joy and happiness, and it starts to break it starts to give people.
It's a revolution of the mind.
Yes.
No, what we do is we get Santa Claus to be in like a really tight track jumpsuit and a spear, and he runs into their auditorium and chucks the spear, the candy cane spear
at the screen. It's literally just it's literally just 1984 with Santa Claus on Mars. Well, that's kind of what this was. It basically was 1984, like because like the Martians are all autonomous, like they're all basically automatons. They don't have any thoughts of their own. They're easily persuaded by each other with like little argument because like they just don't have any of their own thoughts. So if anyone, like the bad guy actually was a very thinking person.
Yeah.
Because he had ideas and thoughts, and so him and the goofy guy were actually the only ones in the whole of the Martians that had like original thoughts. One was just silly and happy, and one was dark. But they were kind of the right and left angels, right? They were guiding all the other Martians because no one had a thought of their own. So they were easily influenced by anything that came. That was really clever. It just wasn't well used in this.
Yeah.
We could take that and run with it. Like there was a lot of good ideas in here. When like the Earth gets all like uppity and stuff, you just leave that out entirely. You have them kidnap him completely. Like you even have Earth where we don't even believe. We're at the point we don't believe in him anymore.
Yeah.
And so they kidnap him. Earth doesn't even notice he's gone.
Maybe he willingly goes because people don't believe in him.
Yes.
But then the moral of the story at the end is like, well, maybe they don't believe in you because you're not out there like you used to be. You're not actively bringing joy anymore. It seems like you've just kind of taken it as a job.
Yeah.
So you have kind of one of those Santa Claus redemption.
That would be that, or Santa Claus redemption actually be kind of good because that's not done very much.
Yeah. So like a Santa Claus redemption plus
reignition of his spark.
Yeah, but the moral of the story is, imagination and happy children make happy adults, make a better society. I think is going to be the moral that we kind of focus on. Is this idea of the Christmas spirit? Why is Christmas so important? Because we make the children happy. Children that are happy are imaginative, which causes us to be happy and imaginative, which helps society.
Better society.
Yeah.
I've got a summary then.
Cool. I mean, do you have any other notes, Pat?
We can keep adding notes. I'm good for more. I have a cohesive story now, so whatever you want
to
add.
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything else to add to. This is a pretty straightforward film.
It's a pretty simple film. It actually, like you said, it adds like 40 minutes of like stock footage to make it length.
Yeah.
If you took out all of that stock footage of like the U.S. Army and all that stuff, because they don't do anything with it. If the Earth actually went to war with Mars, then it makes sense being in there.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to have it, just make more the beginning of the end of Mars and focus more on Mars and their internal struggles would be better.
If you wanted to really focus on like the U.S. military's response to something, it should have been Santa Claus Conquers the USSR.
Oh,
no, Santa Claus wears red. He's already a commie.
Santa Claus flying over Moscow like, ho, 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 click.
This is a present.
Release the mistletoes.
Oh, gosh. All right. Okay.
Mr. Gorbachev, bring the children Christmas cheer.
All right. I'm ready. I got this.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay, so I actually like the cold open of this one where it starts at Mars.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's the big thing that made sense. It makes us to start at Mars, so we keep that the way it is. It opens in Mars, and it shows like kind of like it doesn't really get deep into society, but you see kind of like the
you see the fact that they live in a society.
2001 is a
Space Odyssey?
Space Odyssey, where it opens up with like the apes like smashing the rocks. It's the
monolith. You want to do a monolith?
No. This is just the cold open of that one gives this idea of like something else. I want to do something similar, but instead it's like in the society of the Martians, and it's all kind of dystopian. It's not. It's a little vague. Does not be too specific yet.
What about closer to like The Giver?
That would work too, yes. So it gives a little idea of like the way the society works, and then someone, a child. I would say a child would make the most sense. A child accidentally gets Earth programming. It's the landing of the Mars rover.
Oh.
And it lands, and he discovers it, and he gets Earth programming, and he's like mesmerized by it. Maybe like an old, like younger teenager, maybe like 14 or so. Or you show that Martians. It would also show the Martians are very intelligent. They're easily able to make a learn, but they just don't.
Yeah.
They're very knowledgeable because they're taught things, but they don't innovate on their own. So they just know how things work, but they don't really have all the innovation. He actually discovered this thing, Earth programming, and it just shows him like with the reflection on his eyes, like just mesmerized by it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you just go shoot later into the future, and it's focusing on random worker number 47. It doesn't matter. It could be the lead guy in here. Like he could be up in the upper echelons of the government, even not at the top, but like an officer somewhere in the somewhere up there, is living his day-to-day life, and he's like they're talking about the rebellions and stuff like that, and things that are going on, and like Fahrenheit 451 or some of these other films that have done this, 1984, he slowly starts to discover the rebellious people, and you see him get pulled into that world.
Mm-hmm.
So you see someone from up top come down. So really get like the first like a large part, first part of the film is like Martian society juxtaposed against Santa Claus. So you have the rebels who are seeing all this programming in Santa Claus, and they feel like they're trying to figure out like a plan. And a government guy comes in and he sees Santa Claus on the TV, and something about him just instantly just like awakens like the younger kid in him. And he sees that image and that jolliness, that love, and he's like, that's it. That's your answer. That's what you guys need. You need him. And the rebels are like, because the rebels are all already enjoying Earth stuff, so they don't know what's the killing blow. They don't know what's the thing that's going to push them over the edge.
Yeah.
They needed an outside man to see it, to see how it would affect them. And it ends up being Santa Claus. And so he comes up with a plan to go recruit him. They originally isn't meant to be a kidnapping. They're going to actually recruit him. And they go to Earth, and when they leave, then it flips to Santa Claus, and you see Santa Claus and on Earth, and you see all, Earth is not really care about him anymore. Like, I mean, yes, it's a trope of Santa Claus movies where Santa Claus spirit, but it works in this film very well for this reason. So you come in, he goes, man, Christmas isn't what it used to be, but I've got to do it, and he does Christmas.
Yeah.
You have him do Christmas, and then he comes back just kind of feeling like then he comes back early. It's like, wow, you were so fast. It's like there just aren't that many houses to hit anymore.
Yeah.
And it gets done really quick, and then the Martians come in. It's showing his side. You can even go back and forth between those if you wanted to, without just hitting one than the other. But somewhere or the other, you make the Mars thing and you make Santa Claus, and you show those two against each other. And then later on in the year, not at Christmas time, later on, Santa Claus is just trying to figure out things. And that's when the Martians show up. And then try to recruit him. And he's like, no, I don't want to go. So one of them, they end up just giving up on the idea, but one of them kidnaps him in order to get him on board. And then when they find out he was there, but he's insistent he really needs to go back until he sees the joylessness of the kids. And that's that soft climax, that soft open that leads to the climax where he sees the emptiness of the kids, and that's when Santa Claus gets on board. And then they start doing like a I thought it'd be really cool if you did like a Iron Man 3 where he's like the Mandarin sitting on the and they're just like making a play out of it.
Yeah.
But it's Santa Claus, and they get him up and they do him up like a show, and they have him doing speeches and making jolly and fun, and they're overriding broadcasts and putting him out there live and doing, because specifying it to Martians. Heck, you can even earlier in the film too, if you wanted to really ham that up, you could have it where they put Earth programming out first, but it doesn't really hit anybody hard because it's not personalized. And then this is why they had to get him, because they need the Santa Claus to direct to their people so that it feels personal and homely. And through that, he starts to like change minds, and people within the system start to open up. And then towards the inner climax, you have like maybe a soft conflict where the sides actually maybe battle or something, like they did with the kids, where they have like an actual open conflict, but then Santa Claus like shows them the true meaning of things and happiness, and like, look, we don't need to do this. And then it ends with like him rejuvenating himself, and then like you said at the end, he goes, I just wish to be like this on Earth, and he's like, well, people don't believe you anymore. Maybe you should be more, you should be more present. And he's like, yeah, I could be, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. And he's like, well, you won't know until you try. And then so Santa Claus goes back to Earth and like announces himself, and that's how it ends. And Santa Claus like re-announcing himself to their world, like, hey, I'm here and I want to help.
Yeah. All right.
Boom.
I think that works.
Done.
Well. That's a good. It's got the good holiday spirit in it. It's got a good message to it, and it fits into our theme of Santa Claus literally conquering the Martians.
Yeah.
It would be more of an actual conflict too.
Yeah.
So conquer would make sense, but it's conquer in the, like you said, like the
conquering
an emotional sense. Yeah. So it's like a psychological battle, an emotional battle, not a. You can have open actual conflict in it. They did in this one, and that would work. But that's not the focus.
Yeah.
The focus is the Martians aren't evil, they're just lost. Like, you're going to have people that like the way things are, of course, but majority of them realize there's something more out there. I mean, you can even have it where, like, well, you guys can stay in this society and you guys can get out of it. Santa would be the one that would come in and come up with a compromise to help everybody without violence as necessary. So it'd just be a really cool way to do it.
Okay. I think that that's a pretty good film. We've rewritten a bad film, we've roasted the bad film, and we have reviewed the bad film. I think that we have, therefore, mission accomplished. Good work, gentlemen. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Unfortunately, I think I destroyed mine.
You're spilled over the back, it's fine.
I fell over the back. All right. We hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave us a like. Let us know how we do in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, hopefully in the future. Once again, thank you so much. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Thanks for watching.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!